The Rewine Show, sponsored by 2 Live Music, 1286 Vernon Owen Boulevard, Akron, Ohio.
Hey, Miss D.
Ace, what's going on?
Man, I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good, man. The official kickoff of Mary J came out yesterday.
Yes.
All right, so what should these people be doing?
Getting your wine glasses ready and getting ready for the Rewine Show. You went there.
Listen, I think people totally who's watching this show need to be educated on how we do things. Oh, do you know who this is?
I do not. But you know how some songs it's certain movements that just come when certain songs come to mind.
Right.
So I just, that basement blue light,
So when I tell you who this is, I think it's gonna take you back. You ready for this?
Okay.
Shalimar.
Ah, yes.
What you know about Shalimar?
I know that when Shalimar was big, I was staying out of grown folks' business, right? So when this song came out, all of the adults it was the house parties, drinking and smoking, and the kids was outside doing stuff they didn't have no business doing, playing hide and seek and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so this wasn't necessarily my generation of song, but
right.
I remember Shalimar.
Shalimar was my older cousins who was 10 years older than us.
Gotcha.
When they was when they was vibing.
Yeah.
Not robbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Perry and Jerry, Clara,
Yes.
Lanny Earl. Everybody got a Lanny Earl, Uncle D. So listen, we want to welcome you guys out. Listen, if you guys are checking us out on iTunes or anything like that, cheers if you're checking us out on audio. If you're checking us out on bupodcasting.com,
cheers.
But if you're checking us out on our YouTube channel,
salud.
Welcome out.
Yes.
Listen, don't forget to do what? Subscribe.
Yes.
People need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and all of that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some stuff, right?
Yes. So the Rewine Show is a working professional podcast where we listen to old school music while enjoying this week a sweet bottle of wine.
Right.
We also have a segment called The Wine Chat where we discuss topics from various impactful books and The Wine Down with Mary J Blige.
Y'all know what it is. I know if you're looking at this right now, you're probably thinking, what are these people? We're going to get into it in a minute. But if you're here because of the Wine Down and you want to get that wrap up, you didn't see it or whatever, we're going to get you into that. But first of all, that is who? What's your name again?
I am your girl, D, the Divine, welcoming you to the Rewine Show. And that's my guy, Ace, over there.
Okay, so, hi. My name is Ace.
Listen, I need y'all to, don't mind him before he goes into his, his alter ego voice.
Yes. So real quick, we're coming to you live from the Self-Advancement Center, BU Podcasting Studio in the beautiful planet. In the planet of Akron, Ohio. First of all, give it up for Akron, Ohio. Just for some of you guys who don't know what Akron is, more than LeBron James, but we want our props for that. This is the first place a police car was made.
I didn't know that.
First time.
Okay.
So listen, for all things Ace and Miss D the Divine, and music and wine and professional development, and now the Wine Down with Mary J. Check us out. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube, right? Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, so we are music, wine, conversation, and
a good time. Okay.
Yo, Ace.
Yes.
What we drinking?
So I know you guys noticed the wine. And yes, I'm in my wine voice.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, on this show, man, we really try to pull out all the stops. We try to show you stuff that people do when you are literally chilling with a wine. Listen, we know yesterday was Wednesday.
Yes.
We know it's Thursday. We helped you helping you get over the weekday hump Thursday, but we also want to be the official kickoff to your weekend. And with that being said, working professionals, right? They do what? Chill out with wine.
Yes.
That's what we do. Anyway, so with that, today we're drinking a sweet chill peach. It's called Chill Sweet Peach, right?
Yes.
Right, and so it's from. Can you pronounce that? Leelanau
Sellers. Google it.
Leelanau.
Yes.
All right, so we found this on TotalWine.com. Okay, this is a semi-sweet white wine, has a biting peach flavor and a bright nose. Fun and fruit, ripe peach in a semi-sweet white wine. This is a white wine. You can get this online, right? So the idea is what we do is we pretty much talk about it. We're not no sommelier.
Right.
The stuff we learned, we just learned.
Right.
We just like a good bottle of wine to wind down, right? So we do this gangster lean. If you can't do this, that means you got too much in your cup.
Yes.
You got almost too much in the cup. All right, so listen, we're gonna take a taste and then we're gonna see our first impressions of the wine.
All right. Huh. Okay.
I'm not mad at it. I've been sipping on it the whole beginning.
Yeah, no, it's good. I give you props for that. You got wine more towards 3D than that wine that that you like to buy that put hair on your chest that goes with cigars.
Yeah,
and all that
it's
stuff.
real wine. This here, this here is a Snapple.
So you gonna lay off my
this
Snapple?
This here is a bit of the Snapple. People, this really tastes like apple juice to me. Instead of apple, where the apple would go, it would go peach. But this is kind of like a peach apple juice. Come on, you don't taste that?
So what I'm not gonna do is let you downgrade the sweet wine, okay?
Okay.
Sweet wine proves its purpose.
Yeah.
If it didn't, we wouldn't have it.
I'm with you.
So?
I'm putting popcorn with this. What are you putting with it?
Okay.
I got popcorn. This is straight up Creed 3 coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so sweet wine with that popcorn. I know how you do your popcorn at the movies, so.
Yeah, so let's see. What do I pair with this? I'll say with the type of week that I've had, I need some heavy comfort food, greasy, like a juicy Angus burger with the onion rings and the fried mushrooms.
You doing that at home or out?
At home, so I can drink the whole bottle of wine.
Listen, because it's a Snapple. You drink Snapples with.
You know what?
Hey, listen.
Let me see. Alcohol content on this. Why you trying to play me? It's 10%.
This is 10%. Listen, this is a good wine. We ain't mad at it. We'll put this in our wine club. We're going to start a wine club too, by the way, you guys. Our wine club would be wines that we actually like, and we'll post it on our Facebook page, okay? Okay. So, look, you know what time it is. Hold on.
Get your wine glasses ready. It's time for the weekly wine chat on the Rewine Show.
All right, so the weekly wine chat is where we get to talk our ish.
Yes.
And so you guys already know The Wine Down by Mary J debuted yesterday on BET. So hashtag The Wine Down BET. That's capital T, the capital W, wine, capital D, down, capital B, capital E, capital T. The Wine Down BET. We're going to have it up here for you. This show is, if you guys don't know about, well, if you hear, you know about it. So let's don't act like you don't.
Right.
So for all our old fans or our current fans that don't know about the show, Mary J has this wine. Put your bottle up. Sun Goddess. Right?
Yes.
And so she got a show now called
The Wine Down.
The wind
and
down.
so she's interviewing.
Right. I'm sorry. I got this card.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool. Alley-oop.
Yep.
So she's interviewing different types of celebrities.
Yep.
They're really hitting topics really hard. The conversation is phenomenal, and it really is a good segue to like the best thing we've seen all week, right?
Right.
Because it's like we go the best thing we've seen all week, and then we roll right into the conversation, and I mean it's deep.
Yeah.
That first show was
So listen. So she had Young Miami, and she had how you say her name?
Taraji P. Henson.
Now listen, my first impressions of the show.
Okay.
This show is really all about girl talk. The first episode.
Okay.
I'm telling you, to have an opportunity to see Mary in a cat suit and tall boots was worth the admission as a man. I mean, because if you don't know by now, I have a crush on Mary J. Mary J is my Hollywood boo. I got a hall pass for Mary J.
Oh, well,
now,
all right.
Listen, I've been married for 23 years, but the wifey know about me and Mary. So listen, the opportunity to see Mary in a space where she's vulnerable, being herself, but being good, but sharing topics with her friends, uncut interviews and their perspectives, right? It was weird to see ladies talk openly. For me, it was very freaking weird to really understand that women talk like guys.
Yes.
Right? And then for it to be somebody I love, like Mary.
Yes, we have locker room talk as well.
Right. But for me, 3D, it was weird for me to actually, as a man, hear it. Right?
Okay.
There was one point where Young Miami, they were asked about sex, and she was asked specifically about girlfriends, her being able to deal with both of them, and they were saying something about pussy to pussy, and I hate to say that, sorry, but I was like, I don't know if I want to hear that. And so they went into that, or hearing Taraji talk about if you can make her C-word,
yes,
then you getting married to her, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And it's like, great. I instantly went to my wife who didn't see it, and I said, it's very important that you have friends that you can let your hair down and be vulnerable with. I don't act like I don't want to be this prude. If there's some dude that my wife thinks is attractive, or that, how you say, oh, he could get it, or something like that.
Yes.
I want my wife to be able to have those conversations. I don't want her to act on it, let's be honest. But I want her to be able to have those conversations. And so this show, to me, showed conversations like that going forward. They discuss love, sex, heartbreak, all out girl talk. I felt honored to be able to be a fly on the wall. Apparently they have different people there, so it won't be all girl talk. But what was your impressions of it, your first watching it?
So, for me, I really liked it because I feel like with all of the cattiness that goes on with women, right? A lot of times, stereotypically, that's what's portrayed, is that it's always beefing and arguing and things like that.
Right.
And it's like, it's either or. Either we're besties or I just absolutely don't rock with you at all. So I think for me, the biggest aspect of it that I like to see was that these are three women that don't hang out every day. These are three women that aren't besties. These are three women that aren't going to vacation with each other all the time and checking in and FaceTiming and all of that stuff. It were three women who were genuinely accepting the call and the opportunity to just be vulnerable with each other, lay it all out there. And I think that I would love to see that happen more often within the culture, because we're, covering up and hiding and, not sharing. And I think that there's a lot of healing that comes from the person who shares and the individual that receives what's being shared.
Listen, I'll give you that too. And like I said, for me, I thought it was kind of weird to be in that place.
Yeah.
To be able to be there. And it's like, so can I get technical?
Yes.
So your girl Mary is sitting on the couch. Did I mention she had a cat suit on and boots?
Yes,
fellas,
you did.
Fellas. I had to have my old man moment right there. Listen,
Lord.
Kid. Listen, she's there, and you could see her. Those questions was premeditated, of course. It was
Yes.
it was questions that helped the conversation flow. You see her look at them. She wasn't hiding the fact that she's looking at these questions.
Right.
Right. So to me, she said, remember, we watched some of the clip together. She was like straight up and down. Remember?
Yes.
And so for me to see Mary like that was great.
Yeah.
And so the questions that she asked was great. I think that, again, listening to women be vulnerable was great.
Yeah.
And so there was stuff that was said. I got some questions that she actually asked her guests too. Mary said that she had always, when it comes to real love, it was always dark.
Yeah.
Right? And that ain't what she's feeling right now, but she was married to this guy. She said she was humiliated.
Yeah.
She said she was embarrassed.
I've been there.
Right? She said she was married to this kid for 16 years, and in 16 years, it was 8 years was whack, bad, and she thought it was going to be better. Another 8 years was another bad, right?
Yeah.
Taraji says that, you're being too hard on yourself, sis.
Right.
But she was saying that because she said you're a Christian and you was trying to hold on to those vows.
Right.
And so when you're trying to hold on to vows, you stay in the game longer. Then you get that discernment to tap out. What do you think about that?
So, I mean, I've actually been there, right? I've been in situations where I'm like, oh man, I'm honoring, my religion, for lack of a better term, and I'm staying in a situation longer than what I needed to. But I think that on top of that, one of the things that we as women aren't taught, we're taught how to be the catch. We're not taught how to choose.
Ooh. And listen, they said that, I don't know if you remember, they was talking about that because Mary said, I don't want to, back in the day, we were like being the catch, like, choose me. She was like, I don't want to be that. She said that you must have a love relationship with yourself, right?
Yes.
And she says her marriage is her right now. You hear about the people dating themselves. She went on to say that her marriage is herself right now. Taraji said they were talking about some piece where they were talking about crying, and she says, you don't know what I cry about at night. I thought that was prolific. She and also Taraji says that she hasn't been happy in a long time, and I don't know if you follow her on Instagram or whatever. She just got back from Belize.
Ah, okay.
Right? And shout out to Kat McDaniel, who be traveling too, right?
Yeah.
But she just got back from Belize, and spiritual enlightenment, right?
Yeah.
And Taraji even said her dude she don't believe is in the United States.
Yeah.
Quote unquote, they've been ran through.
Right.
But she says you don't know what she cry about at night.
Right.
So I thought that'd be a great question too. What do you cry about at night, and what keeps you up at night? If you don't cry, what's keeping you up at night?
So I actually do both, right? So what I cry about at night is, was I the best mom that I could be for that day? Was I the best girlfriend that I could be? Did I show up in excellence with my business, being an entrepreneur? I'll say those are the things that keep me up at night. The things that I cry about everything that I have to be strong for during the daylight hours, right? So during daylight hours, I have to be strong for my kids, so I can't show that, oh man, money is tight. Like I remember when I was homeless with my kids, right? Hard times of my life, and just seeing these little girls, look up to me, and it's like, well, mommy, what are we gonna do next? Like I remember when we got our first house, and I'm sharing a twin mattress on the floor with my baby. I cry at night because I made it, right? So I'm crying at night because it's like I got through that. There are people who didn't make it. There are people who folded. There are people who, their kids got taken from them. So it's bittersweet. It goes both ways. I'm crying about the hurt that I have of everything that I've experienced. But on top of that, the hurt not only the hurt, but the things that I've overcome, because I had to be too strong in the midst of it. Now that I've broken free from it, I can actually give a release.
So yeah, so for me, first of all, thanks for sharing, right? For me, what keeps me up at night, what makes me cry at night, right? What do you cry about at night? What keeps you up? I think, having kids, right?
Yeah.
And so my relationship is good.
Yeah.
But kids, right, when they was young,
Yeah.
and for those our new viewers, I have a 32, I have a 29, 26, and 20. Empty nesters, right? And for those, this is not my wife, for the record. I'm not her dude. This the homie.
I am not. I am just the homie.
Right.
The queen. Shout out to the queen.
Yep. Shout out to her dude. We don't
Yes.
have no problem. All right. So, but here's my thing though, right? Knowing that the kids was gonna go through relationships ups and downs.
Yeah.
Knowing that they was gonna go through financial up and downs, educational ups and downs. I used to fear that. Now that we
Yeah.
are here as adults, it keeps me up at night because I'm wondering, like, is my daughter gonna be good?
Yeah.
I have one daughter that just graduated. She's a nurse. I have another one who's back in school. I have an older son who's married.
Yeah.
I have a son right now who is in college right now. Just called me and want to move to the campus. Like, want to move. And so I'm nervous at the natural evolution of adulthood and things
Yeah.
that they have to go through that I wish that they don't have to go through. But you have to go through the pain. You have to go through the struggle.
Yeah.
Somebody said this. You have to Raji said this last night. You have to celebrate the dark. You have to celebrate the dark areas and the gray days. You have to be one in them.
Yes.
Cause when you in them and you understand it, I liken it to having the worst toothache ever.
Yeah.
Right. I remember I had this bad toothache and I didn't want to go to the dentist, but the tooth hurted so much that when I went to the dentist, do what you gotta do.
Right.
Because I became one with that pain. And so when you come up with that pain, you now realize that the next step is easy.
Yeah.
All right. So with that being said, also they talked about breakups and divorce. Mary said that she was already dead in the relationship. This is when she started discussing about doing the drugs and didn't care what people were saying. I had to ask the wife, what did she go through? Right? Do you know what she went through?
Well, I mean,
What happened?
she
in her
went
marriage?
she went through the cycle of emotions, right? So it's like,
Did you know what happened in her marriage though?
no. So I know what her songs were about, right?
Yeah.
She was very open about being abused and her scars and and things of that nature. But I think that no one will ever truly know exactly what it is she went through. I only know what she's chosen to share. But I was going to speak from an emotional standpoint, like having not gone through exactly what she went through, the emotional cycle, that part I know, what she went through, because it's like, first you're in that epiphany phase, right? You have the rose-colored glasses, and even though something bad is going on in your mind, like, you're still hopeful that things will get better. So then it's like it switches. Once you realize it's not going to get better, you're at that the question phase of trying to figure out exactly what it is that you're supposed to do. You're dumbfounded. You don't know who you can talk to. You don't know who you can trust, which way you're going to go. And then you shift to, you know what? I don't even care. Whatever it is that I got to do to survive, that's what I'm going to do. Be it the drugs, be it the drinking. Everyone's coping mechanisms are different.
Right.
And then you round out to that self-care portion where you're like, you know what? Okay, I need to put my big girl panties on. I need to handle my business. This is not good for me. I'm owning myself and I'm out.
So I found out that Mary was I guess mentoring a young artist.
Okay.
This lady. And apparently her dude ends up having an affair with her. And so, Mary talks about on the show. And if you don't have BET, this is on people putting it on YouTube and everything else. We done seen all kind of things, right?
Right.
But Mary talks about not being the pretty one. never feeling like she was ever the thickest, the
Oh,
sexiest. But then the dude would tell her you're not.
Right.
So she's getting that, and then they made this point to talk about physical abuse and verbal abuse because
Yes.
both of them to them was one and the same.
They are.
And so, as a man, me thinking, no, me hitting you is something totally different, right? But then they were talking about dealing with the anguish of that. I think even Taraji was even some damn just hit me sometimes. This stuff is even worse.
Right.
But imagine being with somebody you are mentoring,
Right.
and then your dude ends up having an affair with her, and then you guys break up, and then sues you, and then you got to pay alimony or something. Now, this is what my wife told me. I don't know if this is true, but looking at Mary's expression, she said she was dumbfounded. She was embarrassed and humiliated, and she said that she stuck in based on those vows, but she became a monster.
Oh, yeah.
Doing dope and everything. And so for me, thinking about breakups and divorce, what is one of your worst breakups?
So I would say my worst, it wasn't the actual breakup, it was everything that actually caused the breakup, right? So like Mary, I too have been in an abusive marriage. And so for me, he started with the verbal abuse, criticizing everything that I wore, criticizing my friends, everything that I did. And so it caused me to isolate myself, right? And then I didn't know which way was up. So my self-esteem was dropped before he put his hands on me. So then once he did it, it became I felt sorry for him. Time out, flag on the play. You put your hands on me, but I feel sorry for you. I'm dealing with everything with church and, dang, what is everybody gonna think? I'm too old for this. All of that. And I'm gonna tell you what's so crazy. Well, Freeman was my pastor. My pastor was like, you can tap out gracefully.
Right.
So I was,
because you would have been probably like Mary, trying to hold on to those vows.
Right. But I'm grateful that, I was at a place where I was with someone who could be real with me and just be like, listen, that's not okay.
Right.
You don't have to go through that. If change is not being made, then, hey, you bow out gracefully. And so with that, I had to recognize that I can't speak for Mary. I can only speak for me. I had to recognize the things that I didn't have in place prior to the marriage.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say it's 100% on him. Yes, he did the things that he did, but what is it that I didn't pay attention to? I didn't date him long enough. I didn't set a standard for, what it was that I actually needed and desired in my life, because I was taught just to be the catch.
Yeah.
I wasn't taught how to choose.
Which, again, they talked about in the
Yes.
show. So the show is great, and I would say, this morning, I was employing my wife to watch the show.
Right.
If you don't have friends that you can release yourself to, you have to. It's a deliberate thing you need to do. So we were talking about on the show was talking about deal breakers.
Yes.
Like, what's a deal breaker? I start on this one, right? So
Okay.
deal breakers, right? So for me, society that has this narrative
Yes.
of the worst thing you can do is have an affair.
Right.
So he had this affair, and he's like, "Oh my God, I can't trust you anymore," and all this, and it's a wrap. You throw away the house, the condo, it's a wrap. Throw away the cars. Now, for me, and I told my wife this.
Right.
Hopefully, she don't ever act on this.
Right.
But ain't no way you're gonna have an affair and then it's totally a wrap.
Yeah.
Now, if you had an affair and you in love with the dude, that's something to talk about.
Right.
But if you done messed up and then everything you doing is saying that you messed up,
Yeah.
we have a discussion to make, because to me, I'm not throwing the baby out with the water.
Right.
If you made a mistake, and it is, now I know a lot of guys is going to see this and think I'm crazy.
Right.
I've been married for 23 years, been with this girl for 24.
Soul clap, soul clap, soul clap. Hey.
Right? There is nothing
Yeah.
that she can do that don't have the ability to forgive. And so for me, I'm able to process that you having an affair with somebody or sleeping with some cat, that you come there. Now, if I find out and you know, as you see on TV, like, forget that, you know, I said I'm sorry. But if you genuinely sorry, upset with yourself, can't believe you let yourself fall like that,
right,
then I can forgive. I can literally forgive that. Yep.
Yeah. And you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So here's the thing. I think that there's so many different stigmas that go with that capacity that it's almost like, okay, in some instances, I can understand what you're saying. I think it all depends on the avenue of which it goes, right? So if you just out here slanging it, right?
Slanging it?
Like it don't be... you just out here slang, you know, that's a totally different concept than we've invested. We've got years. It's good, you know, like how they say it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is the value of the relationship. You look at it totally different, but for some people, they just don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you gave me a pass? All right, next.
So what's the deal breaker for you? What's the deal breaker?
Oh, man. You know what? Put your hands on me.
Done. Soul clap for you for that.
Like that's the top.
All right, real
quick.
But
I'm not as mature as you. You can't cheat on me and expect me to stay.
Well, my thing is this. Again.
But I don't got as many years as you.
But it's her.
Yes.
And so for my thing is it's her. You would have to literally come to me.
Yeah.
And tell me I did this. I can't find out going through your phone.
Yeah.
You have to tell me. And then so I'm thinking like, now if I'm being honest, I'm gonna have to go to Miami and think about it.
Right, that part.
Now when I go to Miami, you got to think about what I'm doing. But the truth is, I'm not the worst thing. Listen, let me tell you, the worst thing you could do to me ain't cheating. No.
Right.
Now listen, you can sleep with my twin brother. That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
Twin.
No, that's bad. But sleeping with some dude I don't know ain't the worst thing. Okay. Stealing all the money and then leaving.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, Lord.
Testing my manhood or my faith.
Yes.
There's a million things you can do, and for me, sleeping with some dude and telling me you're sorry and then it never happened again ain't worth giving up my lifestyle.
Oh yeah, I mean, the number of years that you guys have together, I think that plays a part in it too. Like, see, we've only been at this 2.5 years, so technically.
So you like, if you cheat on me, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, we've bought into everybody's narrative, what we see on TV and everything. That it's a wrap, right? But I'm telling you, there's people. Grandparents who've been together for 50 years.
Oh yeah.
They was able to bite some stuff.
Oh
and
yeah.
You're able to go over hurdles and look back and say we made it through that.
But those are marriages though. Like, see, that's the thing.
Oh no. I'm strictly talking marriage. First of all, I'm strictly talking marriages.
And that's the thing. You know what I mean? We haven't crossed even the engagement threshold. You know what I mean? So totally different scenario. But
so let me wrap it up.
Yes.
Let me wrap it up. They said, Taraji P. Henson says, we teach people how to love us.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, that's true.
To a certain extent.
To a certain extent? What you mean? We don't teach people how to love us?
So because here's the thing, right? Like, take my guy, for instance. Vice versa. I taught him a standard, a foundation. He taught me a standard, a foundation, right? I've surpassed his standard and his foundation just based on who I am as a woman. He surpassed mine. You know, for me, I'm on a basis, don't put your hands on me, that kind of thing. But the type of support, the way that he shouts me out, the way that he's like, I'm celebrating my queen. Shout out to We Are the Ones We Serve. The pinning ceremony. Before I didn't even have an opportunity to post it. He was on Facebook at the event, shouting out my queen. Yada yada. I never had that. Yeah, so that's a love that I didn't even.
Clap for my guy. So clap. I
was like, hey, okay. And so for me, I didn't even think in that capacity. That was a love that I didn't even know that I needed.
I loved you, but we got it, right?
Right.
So let me tell you this. So our impression of this show is dope.
Yes.
It's not gonna be all girl talk. They're gonna be able to get in some stuff, but I think it's necessary.
Yes.
We're gonna be your place for it to wrap it up on the next day. We will be that place, and the most important thing, and I'm all serious when I say this, the most important part of the whole show, and I'm being so sincere when I say this. I had to write this down. Them boots and that cat suit.
Okay, so what we now gonna do?
So that's all I gotta say.
Is
Brothers,
drop them.
if you don't see it, I was waiting for her to get up out the seat, and to Raji said she was hot, and
Fix
she needed
it.
another drink. She stood up. Mary stood up, and I swear she was moving in slow motion.
Oh Lord.
In the cat suit.
Anyway.
I watched it twice just for the.
So moving on to
Mary, I love you, girl.
to our next segment.
Okay, so listen, that's the wine chat. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So you already know what it is.
You've waited all week for this. Yeah. It's the weekly playlist.
So listen, the weekly playlist, right? So all of you people who just joined us for the first time, you already know. This is a weekly playlist, a collection curated from 3D herself to help you do what? Get over the midweek hump.
Get over the midweek hump.
This is the official soundtrack to your weekend. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get her ready to go. Hold on. So let's see what you got going.
All right. Let's get started.
Oh, yeah. Hey, listen, 1979 is September.
Hey.
I'm thinking Chic is coming on, but you got to give a shout out to Sylvia Rome.
Hey.
Yo, one time for your mind.
Two times for your mind.
Yo, it's your girl, Miss Divine.
Hey, 3D in the place to be.
Yo,
Hey.
Listen, man, first of all, we want to welcome everybody out again. If you stuck through us there, welcome out again. This is the part where we play music from a playlist. We have this playlist listed on our Facebook.
A boogie to the boogity bee.
Right.
Hey.
Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping 1979. Hold on. East Coast stand up. East Coast stand up. You see, I am Wonder Mike, and I like to say hello. To the right, the red and the brown, the purple and yellow. But first you gotta bang bang the boogie to the boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the bang bang boogie. Let's rock. You don't stop. Rock the riddle that'll make you. He said rock the riddle.
Yes.
You heard my voice, but I brought two friends along.
Hey.
But next on the mic is my man Hank. Hey, on, Hank, sing that song. Check it out. Well, I'm the pimp, the dimp. Yeah,
the ladies pimp.
Come on.
The women fight for my delight, but I'm the grand master with the 3 MCs that shock your house for the young ladies. And when you come inside and do the front,
you do the freak and you do the bump. And when the sucker MC, he said sucker MC.
Yeah.
What else you got? What else you got? What else you got?
Today, I sit down and write a brand new rhyme because I say that.
Oh my God. Sugar Hill, stand up.
Hey.
Shout out to Grandmaster Flash and the Fierce Five. Melly Mel.
Yes.
Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. Shout out to Ice Cube.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for the remake.
Yep. And shout out to P. Diddy and Mace. Wreck yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yes.
Listen, how old was these dudes singing this one?
Ooh, I don't.
They had to be 40.
You know what?
The dude said, listen what he was talking about. Hold on, let's see if it come on. If it's the long version.
Oh yeah.
It's like a jungle sometimes.
It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
It's like a jungle sometimes.
He's so sincere with it.
How I keep from going under.
Yes.
Shout out to all the Furious Five, Cowboy,
Yes.
Melly Mel, Broken Glass.
Everywhere, people pissing on the stairs, you know they just
People
don't
pissing
care.
on the stairs.
I can't take the smell,
Can't take the noise, got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with a baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Come on now, he's 40.
You know what?
He's 40, cause a man with a tow truck. What else you got?
All right.
Is this Curtis Blow?
Yes.
You got the old school hip hop going, I love you.
Hey.
A lot of people don't know about this one.
Express yourself.
This is not NWA, y'all.
Not at all. The original.
You don't never need help from no.
You know, Curtis Blow's making beats. You know, he produced the Fat Boys.
Yes. Express yourself.
Yes.
Whatever you do
Doing
it good.
Listen, look at her. You cannot fake the joy she's having right now.
Whatever you do.
You ready to go to the next one?
Yes.
What else you got? What else you got?
I had to bring a lady. I had to bring the lady.
Not
to
Roxanne Shante. That's Roxanne Shante. Roxanne's Revenge.
Yes.
The drum machine, Molly Moore.
Hey.
Yes. She's like, why you have to make a record about me? Molly Moore, Queensbridge.
Don't you know I just
That's when you do the WAP.
And I do this show. I said I met these three guys, and you know it's true. Let me tell you and explain
She was
them
like
all
15,
to you.
16.
I met this dude.
Did
with
you
the
see
name
her
of a
show
hat.
on-
Yes,
didn't
I
even
saw
walk
her
away. I
movie.
couldn't give him no rap, but then he got real mad, and he got a little tired. If he worked for me, you know he would be fired. He wears a Kango, and that is cute. But he
Man,
ain't got
give
the
it up
money,
for
and he ain't got the loot. And every
Hey.
time
Roxanne
that I see him,
Shante
he's
over
always
there,
begging.
you know.
And all the other girls that he's always trying
LL
to
Cool
lay.
J's
Every
rock the
time
bells,
that I
too.
see him, he
Oh,
says,
yeah, oh,
So what was the rewind? What you got?
All right. So we got
All right.
Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang.
Okay.
The Message by Grandmaster Flash.
Okay.
Express Yourself by Curtis Blow. And Roxanne's Revenge, Roxanne Shante.
I love it.
Yes.
Moving right along.
Yes.
Keeping it old school. It's the movie pick of the week.
Real quick, you already know what we do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to recite some of this movie. You tell me what it is. If you do get it right, you get a soul clap. If not, you don't. All right. Romello Scruggs and his brother, Ray Nathaniel, grew up surrounded by grime. As a result, Romello becomes a high-ranking drug dealer. Romello's girlfriend, Melissa, however, does not approve of his lifestyle and becomes somewhat violent. And after some violent altercations, Romello begins questioning his choice. Also, Romello and Miss Melissa decide to start over in North Kakalaki. But Ray Nathan does everything he can do to keep his brother from leaving. This came out February 25, 1994. What is it?
Now I feel like the Jeopardy music playing on me. Oh my God. So Romello,
Come on now.
I'm not even going. Cause
you don't give up.
Part of me was thinking about the one movie Denzel played was that American Gangster, but that's not it. Because
Nope.
they left from the South and moved to New York. Then he bought the house. Then I thought about New Jack City, but that's not the names. It's Nino Brown, so that's not the movie either.
I'm gonna give you one. You want a clue?
I'll take a clue.
Wesley Snipes was in this one. You want one more clue?
But that wasn't New Jack City.
You want another clue?
No. Another clue. Yeah, give me another clue.
You remember 5 Heartbeats?
Is there a heart in the house tonight?
The dude who said nights like this, I wish. Michael Wright, right?
Right.
Michael Wright. The dude who said nights like this, I wish. Eddie Kane. He and Wesley Snipes both was in this movie.
Right. That's not White Man Can't Jump. Yeah.
Sugar Hill. This is the first time you missed one.
Yeah. It's been a week.
I give you a soul clap anyway.
Listen now, so we don't do participation points. Either you win or you lose.
Right. So listen, man. You just rocked it with the best. I go by the name of Ace Epps. That is
3D the Divine.
So listen, we do this every week. We're going to be your official spot for the Wind Down with Mary J.
Yes.
Hashtag the Wind Down, BET. We here with our wine. We doing the thing. We'll be able to do discussions from a working professional perspective. We'll be able to talk about the show. And even when the show's off, we still here. So check us out. You got anything else you want to say?
Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and just keep rolling with us. Keep rolling with us.
Cool. Enjoy, y'all.
Check out the BU Podcasting community at bupodcasting.com.
What's it